Welcome to Friday. It has been a hot minute. If you're just joining us live, say what's up in the chat. Glad to have you here. We'll pump up the jams a little bit more. Wait for some folks to show up. Been messing with a few camera angles this week too. Welcome to Friday. Eric Long. Yo, what's happening? If you're tuning in, tell us where you're tuning in from, too. Let me know whether or not this is the first time you've attended one of my jam sessions. It's been a little while. I think the last one we did was at the end of July. And can you believe it? Fourth quarter is knocking on our door in less than 48 hours. There is no Q5, folks. It's time to make or break your year in Q4, which starts on Sunday. We'll add that a little bit of epic.
Sunday.
Welcome to Friday. This is my Friday jam session where we're just going to jam out, listen to some tunes, maybe learn a few things. So this is a open Ask Me Anything session as well. So if you have questions about tech, about Canva, about ClickUp, if you've been around any of my stuff for any length of time, you know I am a process and systems junkie. And I'm all about ClickUp these days. ClickUp 3.0 was released a few weeks ago, and I've been putting out videos every single week now on ClickUp. I do have a ClickUp course with some live components coming in the fourth quarter. So if you are interested in learning ClickUp and how you can better utilize ClickUp to manage all that chaos that is our daily life as underdog entrepreneurs, please be sure to make a note in the comments. If you happen to be catching this on the flip side, like my friend Robin Grayson will be, drop in the comments and let me know that if you're interested in taking my ClickUp classes coming up here in the fourth quarter. But if you've never seen my live streams, you probably have no idea who I am. My name is Andrew Moon. I run a company called Orange Nomad. I am a lifelong entrepreneur, and I've been an entrepreneur since I was 8 years old. So I represent underdogs, underdog entrepreneurs. I help you go from being that underdog, overworked entrepreneur to being a calm, unstoppable CEO. That's my mission. That is what I am all about these days. And I mainly educate through things like this. We'll have a little bit of fun and decompress on a Friday afternoon. If you're watching this, you made it through another week. So congratulations to you. You've made it through yet another week. As I mentioned at the outset, the fourth quarter is rapidly approaching. So let me know whether or not in the comments, whether or not you have reached your goals for this year, or whether or not you have a lot of work to do on your goals for the year, and whether or not the fourth quarter is going to make or break your year. I'm always curious to see where folks are at. It's finally, people are back, kids are back in school, people are done with vacations. We're now getting back into work mode. And this is where that home stretch, where you reach for your goals, smash those, line up for 2024. That's all going to happen in the next 90 days. So anyway, I have had a few questions come up this week about my setup. I've done a few coaching calls where we've walked through my live streaming setup. So I figured I would do that. Just a few folks have asked me about my live streaming setup. So I set this camera up, and this is running on an old iPhone. You get to see my half-bald, ugly head. But this is my live streaming setup where I do all my coaching, all of my Zoom calls, every single thing I do on video. And this is also my main workstation that I sit at every single day and get stuff done. But yes, this is an 8-foot long desk that fits perfectly in this little nook in my studio. Lots of things go into making a live stream. So if you have questions about live streaming, video, what's on my desk, let me know. So I'll just kind of start from the top level, top down shot. Everything is running through Ecamm Live. So Ecamm fam, if you're in the house, definitely say what's up in the chat. Love my Ecamm fam. But everything you're seeing here is run through Ecamm Live. That is at the core of my video production services, what we use for live streaming. Audio is done through the Rodecaster Pro. Any Stream Deck nerds, I have 1, 2, and my old iPad mini is also a Stream Deck as well. So if you weren't aware, you can actually get Stream Deck software on an old iPhone or your current phone. And I think they just released a 6-button version where you can get 6 buttons, programmable buttons, absolutely free without having to pay for the software. But yeah, if you're a Stream Deck nerd, I'm just going to grab my behind the scenes cam and actually show you a few of the buttons that I have on here as well. So we'll move this right over here. You just walk through my setup because I get questions all the time about it. So those are my 2 Stream Decks. So this is how I do camera switching between my live streams. This is how I do pretty much everything. Is a Stream Deck button throughout my workday. As I mentioned, I'm rocking a Rodecaster Pro 2, 4-channel audio coming in. What is sitting in front of me is a secondary display for a second Mac Mini where I'm monitoring the stream. Right in front of me, behind that lens, behind this teleprompter, is my Canon M6 Mark II DSLR camera. My main Ecamm shot going here. And then I'm going to get in behind the scenes. I'm going to show you a few templates that just went live today, absolutely free as well. So if you have any questions on my live stream setup, let me know. But as you can see here, this is how I'm going to be able to switch between my different camera views. So there's my top-down shot. There's my behind the scenes. And then obviously this is my handheld, which is running on an iPhone 13 into Ecamm Live. So was that 1, 2, 4 camera setup with no ATEM software, no ATEM switchers, straight up old iPhones that I had. My current iPhone 13 is running the handheld cam. I had 2 older iPhones that are running. You can see that one right there. I think that's an iPhone 8. Actually has a smashed screen, cracked glass on it, but it makes a great webcam. Gives me this shot right here, my behind the scenes shot. As you can see the back of my t-shirt, I'm all about doing what is necessary. So that's what this show is all about. So if you're just joining us, say what's up in the chat. I've got my coffee rocking because it is 3:10 p.m. here on the East Coast. But if you're just jumped on the stream, say hello in the chat. I'm going to crank up the jams, get a little bit more coffee in me. And then I'm going to walk through a couple other questions that I've had from underdog entrepreneurs this week on some coaching sessions. We're going to walk through some of my ClickUp setup, some of the things we're changing, and some of the training that's going to be coming out in the 4th quarter as well. So if you're just joining us, please say hello in the chat and let me know where you're tuning in from. I can see you folks. I see some lurkers over on LinkedIn right now, just hanging out. Eric Long was the only one brave enough to say hi. So Eric, hope you're still on the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic day, my friend. Hopefully it's been a good week, a good quarter, and that everything is all well wherever you happen to be tuning in from. So again, crank up the jams. I'm going to go to our behind the scenes shot here. probably not going to show. Tech Tribe rules. So if you run an IT company, and you're not part of the Tech Tribe, you absolutely need to be part of the Tech Tribe. If there are any Tech Tribers catching this show, say what's up in the chat. Appreciate you. All right, let's get cracking. Let's talk about SOPs for a little bit. I released a YouTube video today on SOPs. If you have no idea what an SOP is, that is a standard operating procedure. That basically is the recipe on how to get things done inside your business. So if you're an SOP nerd like me, let me know in the comments that I'm not alone. But if you have always wanted to create SOPs but don't know where to get started, maybe you've started using ClickUp and you can't figure out how to standardize and create templates inside of ClickUp, this template comes to the rescue. And by the way, it is absolutely free. The link is in the description below. Whether you're on YouTube or LinkedIn, happy to be watching this, grab this free SOP template. I'm going to go ahead and walk through this, exactly what it is. This is the template that I use. This is actually the one I use every single day to create SOPs inside of my business. So the standard operating procedure, again, I ran through it in the YouTube video that I released this morning. So definitely check that out. I walk through everything that is in this SOP, from the setup, what to include for assets, what automations are reliant on this SOP. I'm going to be doing some future training on that as well, on how to set up automations, how to set up automation templates, how to create SOPs for every single thing in your business, how to create a run book, a playbook, whatever you want to call it, for your business, maintaining quality control, FAQs, all of that lives in one place inside of my business, which is ClickUp. That is my single source of truth, is ClickUp. So if you want to grab this template and start making SOPs today, again, grab it absolutely free in the comments below. But definitely check that out. So that was a question that I got this week, is how do I systematize my business? How do I make sure that, not just me, if I'm an underdog entrepreneur and it's just me, I'm a solopreneur and I'm wearing a lot of hats. How do I keep everything running? How do I make sure that the quality control is there as I grow and as I scale? SOPs, my friend, is where it's at. That is, I think the video I left this morning is SOP easy. We make it super easy. So it all starts with things like this. I'm gonna go full screen here. I started a couple videos on the phases of content production, and one of them are these live streams that I do. But everything starts as an SOP. There is a standard operating procedure for how to produce content inside my business, since we are a production company. So like I said, everything starts with that SOP in ClickUp. Everything starts here, and it sits inside of my process library. So if you haven't checked out the videos, I've made a couple videos on how I produce content. This is the 90,000 foot view of how I create processes. It starts here, but it all goes into and funnels into an SOP. Everything here is multiple SOPs on how to create content. So if you're an entrepreneur, you should be creating content. Absolutely, in this day and age, you should be a content entrepreneur. Everything is about building know, like, and trust, and you're only able to do that if people can see you. They can interact with you. They feel like they know you. So nobody likes to be sold to all the time. So if I zoom in here, like I said, I've already done a couple videos on how I go through my idea phase. How I go from, getting ideas in, and again, everything goes into ClickUp. How do I triage those ideas? How do I sort through and make sure that it's an idea worth pursuing? What happens when something isn't approved? Where does it go? Where does it live? And then everything gets plugged into a content plan. And for me, everything starts with video. Everything I do starts with video, because I have found that there is no better way to build know, like, and trust than through video. I get on coaching calls and, networking calls every single week. People want to jump on my calendar, want to do one-on-one coaching. And that's the first thing that they say whenever we get on the phone, whenever we get on a Zoom interaction like this. They feel like they already know me from my podcasts, my videos. So I don't have to sell anything. And I am not I'm not a salesman by any stretch. And I know that we as introverted entrepreneurs, and especially those of us who have a tech background, don't like sales a whole lot. We like to build things. We like to build process. We like to fix things. And trying to sell things is extremely uncomfortable. But there is never a better way, and it hasn't been easier. Honestly, it hasn't been easier to produce content than it is right now. Folks, I can't stress enough, I've been doing these live streams since April Fool's Day of 2020, right as the pandemic started. It has become therapy. My business has blossomed from this one aspect, because people get on, they know, like, and trust me from my videos. They jump on a live stream, they're able to ask questions like we're doing right now in a non-sales format, in a teaching environment, and we've thrown in the jams on Friday just to have a little bit of fun and break up the monotony that is the work day a lot of times. So if I see some more folks have joined us over on YouTube and LinkedIn, so if you're just joining us, say what's up in the chat. I want to talk about a couple other things that I'm working on. If you're interested in seeing the rest of my content production workflow, I'm going to be doing future videos on that, but I'd be happy to answer any questions. This is an open environment for you, those of you who are joining me live. And if you're watching this on the replay, please drop the questions in the comments as well. I read every single comment. I reply to every single comment. You might find yourself in a future live stream or video from the questions that you ask. But I do appreciate that. So, like I said, if there's anything you want to learn about QuickUp business, being an entrepreneur, and you're just joining me, drop that in the comments for me. Let me know you're here. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Ohio today. Let's see, what were we up temperature wise? 74 degrees. I love the 70s weather. We're almost out of shorts and t-shirt weather, unfortunately. But hey, the sun's shining. I'm above ground. You're above ground if you're watching this. If you're digging the jams, this is a soundtrack from Epidemic Sound. All of my music is from Epidemic Sound, so if you'd like a copy of this playlist, drop that in the comments for me. I will make sure I get you the link. If you're watching this over on YouTube, the link to this playlist, I believe, should be in the description, so jam away, my friends. If you're just joining me, say what's up in the chat. All right, let's go back to a question that I got this week. Let me go back and see if I can find the question real quick. It came in over on my YouTube channel. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see here. Tim Hoffner asked a question the other day. Let's see here. Tim says, I also have set up ClickUp for my content creation. I watch your videos. I get to get inspired as you see. As I see, you have 2 times scheduled as a status and as a process. That's confusing to me. In which, in which case will you use scheduled in the status field? So Tim Hoffner, I'm going to answer your question right now. Let's pop over to our ClickUp setup, and I'll post a copy of this link in there as well for you, Tim. So this is my content production, my content plan for this month. As you can see, everything, we've got one that is scheduled. We got some social media posts due to go out. I'm able to track all of that inside of ClickUp. I can see where our social media posts have been on my corporate YouTube channel, my Orange Nomad channel. We've had 4 videos go out this month and 4 blog posts. It's only showing the 3 because one is due to go live later today. But his question here had to do with these statuses. So inside of here, these are my common statuses for where is something at in my business. Is it being worked on? So here I have an in progress status, but I also have a scheduled status. The reason I have a status as scheduled because it has to do specifically with my content production. So that is the status of a task. And then there's also a process stage. So I have stages of what happens. Everything starts, as I mentioned, as a YouTube video. Then it goes to the blog. Then it gets posted to social media. Then it goes into the newsletter, which I'm working on. And then everything will get remixed and we're going to repurpose content. So that's how the stages of my content go. So the status is whether or not something is actually being worked on, or how does that coincide here? Because his question is I have a status of in progress or scheduled, but I also over here in my video process. So everything for, move these around. So Tim, just to let you know, inside of here, my video process. So this is how everything starts, as I mentioned, in YouTube, as a video, as a live stream. So inside this process, here's my content planning process for videos, and it's pretty much mimicked across social media, the blog post, the newsletter. These are mainly the process steps. So I have a task that's in progress. I have what stage is it in? Where's it at in that content flow? And then I have the processes, which is how to actually get the thing done. So 1 of 6 is planning, 2 is recording, 3 is editing, 4 is uploading. Then I also have scheduled. So scheduled is basically, so where the confusion is coming in, Tim, when I put something in scheduled status here in the video process, it will actually, I have an automation set up so it will automatically put the task into scheduled status. The reason that I do that is I now know that I no longer have to do anything with that piece of content or that task, that assignment, that it is scheduled to go. I schedule videos ahead of time. Live streams obviously are live, but when I schedule YouTube videos, which we've been posting on Fridays, those videos go into, they're scheduled on LinkedIn, or scheduled on YouTube rather. So when they go into the scheduled status over here, when I'm all done and I put it into scheduled status, it will automatically change the status of the task to scheduled as well. I no longer have to do anything with it. Then what also happens, again, automatically, when it comes time, when the scheduled date and time hits and that goes live, it is published, it will automatically change based upon the due date or the published date, changes it to published, and automatically puts that status into completed. That way I know that that task is completed. So I know it's super, super meta, but for me, that's kind of how I'm walking through things. And I'll show you why I am doing, specifically on why I'm doing that thing. It comes when I get the condensed view, like right here. I can tell at this condensed view that my where I'm at, where things are at in my production schedule. I can see how many tasks I have to do, how many haven't been started, what are in progress, what am I waiting on, and how many are scheduled, and then how many are completed. So as you can see here, we did 50 pieces of content so far in the month of September, and this is going to be number 51, is this live stream right here. So that's why I do things with status, stage, and process. It kind of all goes back to this. So these are the stages of how I get content out. So it goes from an idea stage to production, to promotion, to analytics, and then maintenance. Maintenance, I should call that maintenance and remix, because over here, as content flows through this process, it's going to go out to the newsletter. This is where it goes out to social media. But then we're also going to add a little bit here on the end for maintenance, because I'm going to make sure that, it's not post things once and then we're done. I want to be able to continue to repurpose content so I'm not creating the wheel every single month. So we're putting that into the process. So that's why I have built that into ClickUp, because then I can see what stage is it at in the process. So that's why I've added that in there. So hopefully that answers your question, Tim. But I know it's super, super meta on, a couple layers deep for task management. But for me, it simplifies that process to be able to just look and see where is everything at? What do I have to work on? So when I come in here to, my creator dashboard for the day, I know exactly, okay, what things are working. These are 4 videos that are in progress right now that we're working on right now. So I know exactly what I need to sit down and work on immediately. I know when that is due. I know what status it's in. I know it's obviously in progress. I know what stage it's at. Obviously, it's YouTube. What keywords. But again, the reason that I have those things set up is I can go back and I have all of that content we put out. I can look at next month's content, what's in the pipeline. So I know where everything is at in the system. And for me, that's like, I live by that, to just see where everything is at in the content pipeline. But if you're super nerdy like that with me as well, I know I'm probably not the only one that gets super meta and geeks out. A big mistake that I made was making ClickUp too complicated. So I'm trying to uncomplicate that. I'm trying to whittle that down into a shorter process. So we'll get there. We'll get there. I see a few more people have joined us over on LinkedIn and YouTube. So say what's up in the chat. I'm going to keep on cranking my coffee. It's 3:30 p.m. here on the East Coast. If you're just joining us, tell me where on this great planet are you tuning in from?
Whatever I do, not up to you. We got
like chilling on a Friday afternoon. Just listen to some jams, watch the sun out. Drink some iced coffee. Are you an iced coffee drinker or are you a hot coffee drinker? So thank you, Nigel, for my Tech Tribe YouTube or Tech Tribe Yeti mug. Appreciate that. I got a couple Tech Tribers joining us this afternoon, so I did have to remove a post that I made over on Tech Tribe. So Nigel, if you're watching this, I apologize. Thought I was being helpful, but unfortunately I broke the rules. But I've had a couple people follow up and ask me about Growably. If you're not a Tech Tribe member, you get access for free as part of your membership. Growably, which is Go High Level, which is a full-fledged CRM, completely competitive with ActiveCampaign, HubSpot, Infusionsoft / Keep. But yeah, you have access to all of that as a Tech Triber. But one of the challenges that I've seen, I've been doing live streams over the past year up until about June on Growably, which is how to use this immense, wonderful CRM / sales automation / marketing automation platform that you have access to as a Tech Tribe member. But a lot of folks were like, look, I'm an underdog entrepreneur. I have a business to run. I don't have time to learn software. I know I have access to all this amazing marketing content via the Tech Tribe. So kudos to you, Nigel, for the immense resource that you have provided for the Tech Tribe. I've been around the Tech Tribe since Nigel got started. Man, it's been a while ago. It's been a hot minute. But one of the things that I've been trying to solve is help people relieve that problem of having that software just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, having access to content that is done for you every single month. So you have newsletters, you have emails, you have social media posts, you have videos, you have a ton of content in the marketing packs that are provided every single month as part of your membership. Then Nigel went one step further, and you have access to this incredible tool called Growably, which is, like I said, a full-fledged CRM tool. You can do marketing, you can do all of your social media. So if you have CoSchedule, Hootsuite, and whatever social media tool that you're using to post out all of your social channels, that is built into this platform. You get it absolutely free. There's no limit on how many social media channels that you can connect to the software. So if you have 50 social media channels, that is absolutely included. There's no extra charge. The other thing that you get is unlimited contacts. I know ActiveCampaign and Infusionsoft Keep, and I think even HubSpot, they limit you. Your how much you pay is based upon how many contacts you have in your CRM software. No limitations like that whatsoever with Growably. You have complete, total, autonomy over your system and to be able to set it up. So just incredible what you get. But yeah, every single month you get templates, you get all kinds of monthly newsletters. As you can see here, every single monthly newsletter, it's automatically put into Growably for you. Let's go back here. Refresh my screen here. But email templates, all done for you. Sample nurture campaigns, automatically done for you. Nurture emails, automatically done for you. But again, they're sitting here. You have to do something with them, and that's where this Growably admin services we started beta testing a few weeks ago. So if you're a Tech Triber, you don't have Growably set up, you're not putting and implementing any of this content, we're doing a beta service where we're going to do that for you. We're going to get everything set up for you. We're going to set Growably up, make sure that all of the custom fields, we're going to integrate Mailgun. We're going to set up your website widget, get the TechTribe WordPress plugin configured, and do the domain warm-up sequence for your new domain. We're going to do all of that for you. Again, this is in beta test, so if you're interested, I'm going to be closing the doors on that here probably in a couple days. The other thing that we'll do is once we get the setup done, then we'll take over actually taking the action marketing packs. Keep wanting to say action pack, it's my Microsoft days. But we're going to take those marketing packs, put the social media posts out to all of your channels. We're going to edit the social media videos. We're going to put your logo right on those and put them onto your social calendar. We're going to take the newsletter that you have access to, actually finish it and get you an end product and put that PDF file into Growably for you so that you can then send that out to your customers. We're going to set up the monthly email newsletter inside of Growably. We're going to set up and launch those email nurture campaigns right inside Growably for you. And we're going to do all of that for you. So, like, it breaks my heart, and I know that frustrates Nigel that he's gone through all of the expense and time and integration to put Growably together for all of you tribers. And it just comes to a matter of execution, and that's what I want to help with. I want to help with the execution part because we as underdogs need every single advantage that we can get our hands on. And the frustration that I've seen with TechTribe members is having to go find an admin, having to train an admin, having to go through all of that process is time consuming. I understand the MSP. I was an MSP in the IT. I ran a full-fledged MSP for 10 years till 2014. I've been in the IT channel for 30 plus years, so I kind of know a thing or two about the IT channel. I know about Growably. I know about High Level because I've been using High Level for 3 years myself. I use it every single day to run my business. Between Ecamm, between that and Canva for my graphics, my presentations, overlays like this, ClickUp is where I run my one single source of truth. And then the automation platform that puts it all together and gets content out to the world is High Level for me. So Eric says, yes, we've been adding MSP camp content as well. So I've seen some of that pop up. So Eric, thank you very much for adding your content to the Tech Tribe as well. So again, having access to content was the frustration for me when I ran my MSP because I didn't have time to make content every single month. And you absolutely don't have to do any of that. Between our folks at MSP Camp plugging their content into the Tech Tribe now, what Nigel has provided with Paul Green and what was the other one? The name just slipped me. Matt. I think his name is Matt. I'll find it, but he's the one that provides all of the social media posts, the videos. You have access to a newsletter which you can send straight to a printer. Nigel gives access to you. All you literally have to do is have an admin go in there and do that, send it off to the printer, and you can have yourself a print newsletter with zero content effort. Like, it's done. All of the articles are done for you. But it's the implementation, it's the execution where folks have that challenge. I want to end that challenge. I want to help people get this implemented. If you haven't already, get the systems in place. Because for me, that was the big challenge that I had running an MSP, was understanding that. The typical cycle for me, and I hear this repeated every single time I get on the phone with an MSP, they've not done any marketing, or they've done marketing and just threw money at things, nothing worked, so they get frustrated and give up. That was me. Tried everything, spent tens of thousands of dollars, made it rain cash in other people's pockets, and didn't have anything that worked. And I can't necessarily blame it on them looking back on it. Part of that was my fault. I didn't give enough time. I didn't put systems in place, marketing systems that automatically just run themselves. You have access to that, or having an admin that can go in and run those systems for you every single month, because that's what would happen. I would finally run out of referrals. I would run out of, just project work for current customers. And then it's like, oh crap, now what do I do? And that hit me like a ton of bricks in 2008 during the recession. I didn't have any marketing in place, and it was tough. It was tough. I was a 4-year-old business with a 4-year-old kid at home, had relied heavily on referrals and word of mouth to get my company started at that time. And then 2008, everything crashed down. And I think a lot of MSPs are running into that same thing post-COVID even. We're seeing some challenges in the market right now. We're seeing what I'm also here. I probably heard it 6 times in the last week. An MSP has a client that's been with him for 10 years. They get bought by somebody else. The new company comes in and boots them to the door because they have nothing vested in that. They're all about saving money. I've heard that story from 6 different MSPs in 6 different parts of the globe in the last week. So that is the storm that I think we're just getting started, because fourth quarter is starting on Sunday. This is the time of year when people start examining contracts. This is the time of year when people start examining relationships. So they're going through those processes. Companies are getting bought and sold left and right every single day because of the challenges of the economy. Some folks are just getting to the point where they've run a business long enough and they want to do something different. Like, we're reaching that critical point. So if you're an MSP, I would be reaffirming all of the folks who write me checks right now, making sure everybody's happy, and have an ear to the ground as to what might be going on inside of their businesses. I would be doing that right now. That's the first thing that I would be doing as an MSP. Second thing I would be doing is putting in a marketing system, taking content like you have from MSP Camp, taking content like you have from the Tech Tribe, taking content that you have from Kaseya Powered Services. Crap ton of content there. Content is not the problem for an MSP right now. Implementation and execution of that content, taking that content and doing something with it, that's where I see the Achilles heel of the IT industry right now. We have a lot of underdog entrepreneurs, a lot of scrappy entrepreneurs, and MSPs that are sub $1 million in revenue are going to be pressed and challenged during the next few months as we wrap up the fourth quarter here. We start and end the fourth quarter, but especially going into next year. So right now, as we go into the fourth quarter, that's the time to get those systems in place so that if challenges like that, if your clients get sold, like I talked to an MSP who hit the panic button the other day, jumped on our admin service for Growably because he's been sitting on it for 1.5 years since he became a Tech Tribe member. He's losing one of his biggest clients tomorrow at the end of the month. They got bought last month. The new company is kicking him to the door. They won't return his emails, won't return his calls. And he's heard through the grapevine from people inside that company that they have no intentions of keeping the contract going. So he's actually losing 60% of his revenue tomorrow. If that is you and you're in that position, now is the time, like I said, shore up the customers that are writing you checks right now. Make sure your customers are happy and provide a good service. That's number one. Number two is get systems in place for building a growth engine that continues to run even when you're busy. Because I went through that when I finally figured out and started doing some marketing, and then you get a customer from it, and then I have to stop and actually do the implementation, so I stop marketing. So for 30, 60, 90 days, I don't do any marketing because I'm busy implementing the customers that I sold. You need that marketing running even when you're busy, because you have to keep that pipeline full. Because what happens is every time you stop marketing and then you start again, it is 3 to 6 months before you start seeing results again. And I've run businesses for 30 years, and looking back and debriefing on every single one of those businesses, that is pretty much the standard. When I stopped marketing and then I started up again at some point, it took 3, 4, 5, 6 months before I started getting a pipeline built and started closing deals, especially in the MSP industry. This is not a one visit close business that you're in. This is multiple sales engagements, multiple, methods of contact leading up to that before somebody even knows who you are. That's where you have access to the things that are going to put you and keep you out in front of people. It's about the execution. Put the tools in place to use the tools that you have. Man, I know I'm jumping on a soapbox here because, I am scared for some MSPs, but I'm also excited by what you have access to for $49. For $49, you have access to tens of thousands of dollars of content and a system that can actually execute that marketing for you for $49. That's what I want to help fix. So if that's where you're at, you're in that place where you don't have time to find an admin. You don't have time to learn Growably and learn how to implement all this content and then train somebody else if you get an admin and then oversee them every single month and make sure that they do it. If you don't want to have time for that, I'm going to get my button here.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
If that's you ain't got no time for that, please reach out. Please reach out. Like I said, if you're just joining the stream and you have no idea what I'm talking about, we are doing a beta test right now of Growably admin services. We are going to set Growably up for you, take the marketing from Tech Tribe and MSP Camp, all the stuff you have as far as your Tech Tribe membership, and Growably, which is the full CRM, and actually implement it for you. That is what a problem I want to solve for MSPs, and especially all you awesome Tech Tribers that are out there. I want to make sure that you're actually executing and implementing all the great stuff that Nigel's giving you. So, anyway, that's my rant. Eric, if you're still on the call and you're still joining the stream, if you're just joining us, say what's up in the chat where you're tuning in from. Eric, let me know too, if you're still on here, what challenges that you see with MSPs as far as content, as far as marketing, as far as things that you have an ear to the ground in the MSP industry as well. What challenges do you see in the fourth quarter and possibly into 2024? Love to get another perspective on that as well. I'm going to drink the rest of my coffee. It's 3:50. I need some extra caffeine because I was preaching on my soapbox. Preaching on my soapbox.
Preaching on my soapbox. Preaching on my soapbox.
Time to get some coffee.
Love iced coffee. It's good to the last drop. I did drop a couple new templates, by the way, too. So, top of the show, if you were just joining us, I did drop a free SOP template, which is the template that I use to create SOPs. If you want this ClickUp template, link is in the description. if you want some other freebies too. So just go to orangenomad.com. I've got some other freebies for you. Zoom out here. I got this screen zoomed in too far. That button up in the top right-hand corner. Get some free tools. I'm just getting started with our free template pack, by the way. Like I said, go to orangenomad.com. Smash that Get Some Free Tools button. I've got all kinds of ClickUp templates and much more that we'll be adding here. My SOP template is there. If you want to figure out how to organize all of the tech tools that you have inside your business, I've got a template for that. I've got a Canva template of my podcast cover graphic template. If you're into podcasting or thinking about starting a podcast, I have the exact script that I use to script out every one of my podcasts, as well as a workflow template, which is my SOP for how to create podcasts. But yeah, definitely check that out. Absolutely free. No strings attached. No high-pitched sales. I don't believe in it. But if you're interested in kind of, holding your feet to the fire, if you will, but you just need a little kick in the butt, I do have a few more spots open for my coaching mastermind. So if you're an underdog entrepreneur, you just want some extra coaching every week and have access to me, I've got chat that is available inside of our Team Orange membership portal. You can get access to me and other fellow doers. We do have a few spots left in that membership as well, because there's no point in doing it alone. But yeah, check that out, orangenomad.com. Go to the Uncoaching button and click on Coaching Mastermind. If you're looking for just one-on-one coaching, I do have a few spots that I have open every single week where I do some one-on-one coaching to help solve underdog problems. We tend to run into a lot of them when we're trying to wear a bunch of hats as entrepreneurs. But again, if you're still here, you're just joining me and you have some questions, this is Open Q&A Jam Session. I'm going to wrap it up here in a few minutes, and we'll go out with some jams. But yeah, we got lots planned for 2024 inside of our Team Orange. But yeah, all the templates you have access to, three different levels of coaching for you. Yeah, definitely check that out. Love to have you. Love to help you out. Going into the fourth quarter, wrap this year up strong. Get a game plan for 2024. But yeah, if you're checking out the stream and you have curious about the tech setup, let me know too. I do a couple walkthroughs over on my YouTube channel as well. But we're going to go out with some jams. Those of you who watch us on the replay, Robin Greason, thank you so much for all your support. Appreciate you. Those of you tuning in live, thank you. Appreciate you as well. Any questions today? It's the first time I've tried that 3 o'clock spot. I think it might be a little too late in the day. We might go back to our 12:45 normal schedule next week. We'll see. But yeah, let me just check the chat, see if there's any more questions in here. Nope, don't see any. All right, friends, thank you, Eric, for joining me live. I appreciate it. Those of you who happen to be watching this on the replay, thank you so much. We're going to go out with this jam, which is my favorite by far that I have found on Epidemic Sound. And the name of the song is called Rule This World. It's all about the underdogs. I love this. This is the underdog anthem.
Of the spoken word, we are the ones who keep the planet spinning. And yes, one day we will rule the world.
I always wanted to be a DJ. Thank you, Ecamm, for my sweet new stickers. If you'd like an Ecamm sticker, say what's up in the chat. Maybe I'll send you one.
We are the grass and the flowers, the sun and the wind, unto entwined lovers. We are the ones who keep the planet spinning. And yes, one day we will rule the world. One day we're gonna rule this world. We're gonna heal its broken heart. We're gonna rule this world. We're gonna make a brand new start. I said we're gonna rule this world. We're gonna rule this world. One day we're gonna rule this world. We're gonna heal its broken heart. We're gonna rule this world. We're gonna make a brand new start. I said we're gonna rule this world. We're gonna rule this
That's going to wrap it for me. It is straight up 4 o'clock. It is time to get my chill on, get my weekend on a Friday. Thank you so much if you watched this on the live stream. Those who were brave enough, like Eric, to say hello, thank you. If you're watching this on any replay at any given time, drop in the comments if you have any questions, if there's things that you would like to see future training in our jam sessions. But we're going to be bringing back on a regular basis my jam sessions here in the fourth quarter. I promise. We're going to rock out every single Friday. Maybe learn a few things together. But again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all of those folks who have supported this channel and the content I've been putting out for a couple years now. I have a lot more. We've got a lot more primed for the pump. I've been teasing at this for a while. Now that we have ClickUp 3.0, thank you to the folks at ClickUp who might be watching this. Thank you for an awesome product that I have built as the single source of truth for my business. So if you're curious about ClickUp, live streaming, productivity, Canva, whatever, please reach out. Always happy to help. And I do have a couple spots left for some fourth quarter coaching for those of you who might be interested as well. So Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And as I always end my live streams, always stay humble and kind. Always do what is necessary. Catch you on the next one.